No one chases love and no one runs away from love. Because if we word it this way, we will not be able to shift this dynamic at all. So for runner chasers, for the twin flame approach, for the anxious and fearful and dismissive avoidant and fearful avoidant and all the insecure attachment styles, I want to create this content to bridge these differences from duality to oneness. But we first need to understand duality. We first need to understand each attachment style, each perspective, and see and identify what we have within ourselves. And once we create a strong I, we create a stronger we. So if we are labeling them as chasers and runners of love, and a person who's running to fill up their void and a person who's running away from love, we're actually labeling them and judging them on their outcome. Now, in order to empathize with the wounding that each perspective or each dynamic or each insecure attachment runner or chaser have, that's when we actually go from the outcome and we go towards their inner world. It's very important to focus on what's happening on the inner world because it's the only way we could actually see the common denominator. So once we see, from opposition, we could be seeing something from a different perspective. But if we're able, within this different perspective, get in touch with the common pain or fear, we can empathize with each other and we can actually go from tear to repair, therefore growing through this connection. So usually one attachment style doesn't understand the other, and for fearful avoidance, because they have both wounds, the double wound that I talk about, they actually have a hard time understanding themselves, and therefore they're the ones that are needing to understand themselves the most so they can understand others as well. But this is common for all insecure attachment styles. The more we understand self, the more we empathize and understand others. So if they're not chasing or running away from love, then what is it exactly? Well, for the chasers or the anxiously attached or fearful avoidant on the anxious spectrum, they are actually wanting to run away from their inner world. They're actually avoiding their inner world because their inner world causes them pain because of the void they have, and they don't have the tools that will equip them so they can learn how to self-source, how to actually fill up their own cup. And because they're avoiding this elephant in the room, it looks like they're chasing love from the outer world. So basically, they're avoiding the inner world and chasing the outer world. So now for the runners, the dismissive and fearful avoidance on the avoidance spectrum, they are actually pushing the outer world away because they are avoiding to feel the trigger, and that trigger will bring them into their shadow self and into their dark side. They believe they have no dark side. They actually project it on the outer world, thinking everybody else is not good enough or wrong, right? Or they don't love them the right way. They have to change, right? So they are giving them pain. So they are avoiding the trigger to grow and transmute their negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings into connection with self. So on the one side, for the chasers of love, they are avoiding their inner world and chasing the outer world. And on the avoidance or runners side, they are actually pushing away the outer world, again, to avoid their inner world. So both spectrums are actually avoiding one common thing, and this is pain. The reason why they're both avoiding pain, but they're just expressing it in opposite ways, is because they do not know how to grow through pain. They and we do not know that pain is not here to punish us and hurt us or make us wrong or make others wrong, but pain is here as an opportunity to actually become what we're looking for. To self-source, self-soothe, grow through triggers from disconnection to connection within ourselves so we can be able to do it with another. So on a lighter note, I would love to share something with you that will actually give you a lot of courage. The more you make yourself the main focus of all of this content here or anywhere else, and you focus on becoming the relationship you're looking for and discover what kind of attachment style you are, if you're running and chasing or doing them both at the same time for the fearful avoidant, if you actually learn how to fill up your own cup, fill in your void instead of running, right, just to get discouraged and disappointed, because when we're trying to find that person that could do it better than us, we're sure to get disappointed because they will not do it, and they're not supposed to, because we are on this journey to love ourselves. And then if we make our own focus to actually grow through triggers by titrating the worst case scenario on both attachment spectrums, both sides of the same coin, and we make it our main focus to actually learn how to process negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings instead of making them wrong, then we allow the outer world to come in, we allow people to come in, we allow for more deeper and intimate relationships with ourselves and others. And once we do all this, we're actually vibrating at a new frequency, and we're actually attracting, right, this version of ourselves, the more loving version, the more safe version of ourselves is actually vibrating at a different level right now. And so the people we will be attracting, either on a friendship, business, or love level, will be at the same wavelength. Therefore, they will be serving us as teachers, guides, and gurus as long as we're willing to actually become the student of this journey.